access my comment app, but they said, heck no, you're an old lady, don't get back in here. Hi everyone, my name is Abby, and today I'm going to be talking to you about how I got into Notre Dame. So for a little bit of a background, I am sophomore at Notre Dame, so that means I am the class of 2023, yes. So special thanks to Kirsten for requesting this video, and I'm very excited to do it, but I am really going to be exposing my secrets over here, guys, so get ready for that. Alright, so starting off with academics for Notre Dame. I got my notes here, so you know it's official. So in high school, my cumulative GPA was a 4.13. I think I took 5 APs in high school, and I believe that meant I got all A's, but maybe 2 or 3 A minuses. So then as far as my test scores, I had a 33 on the ACT and a 34 super score, and Notre Dame does accept the super score, so that was great. I really enjoyed that. As far as the AP classes that I took, I'll tell you my scores on them as well, because some of them are embarrassing, and it's okay. I want to let you know that you can still get into Notre Dame, even if you do definitely below a 3 on some things. So I took AP Gov my sophomore year. I got a 5 on that exam. I took APUSH my junior year, and I believe I got a 3 on that exam. I took AP Bio. I got a 4 on that one. I took AP Lit, or AP Literature and Composition, something like that, and I got a 5 on that one. And then I took AP Calc AB, and I got a 2 on that. So that was not good, but you know what? Life happens, and you just gotta keep trying, and it's okay. Clearly, it all worked out, so it was all good. And then I took all honors or sort of advanced classes when I could. My school was a college prep high school, so a lot of the classes were they did advertise them to be at a higher level. But yeah, basically I just tried to challenge myself when I could. For my extracurriculars, I will talk a little bit about them and then tell you kind of why I think they're important and sort of the patterns here, because although scores are very set in stone of this is kind of the range that most schools will accept you in, I feel like extracurriculars, it's more about patterns. So I'm going to tell you about the patterns right now. Some big things that I was involved in high school. The first one would be choir. Sophomore, junior, and senior year, I was in our audition show choir. It was a lot of fun. And then my senior year, I was the president of the choir, so I handled things like fundraising, sort of having the public image for the group, speaking on behalf of them a lot, and kind of just managing internal decisions with my other lovely ladies that were a part of the cabinet. Another thing that was a huge defining part of my high school experience was theater, musical theater particularly, but I did do a lot of straight plays as well. So every year at my school we had a fall musical, and then we had a winter play? I think it was a winter play. So my freshman through junior years, I did the fall musical and the winter play. Then my senior year, I did the fall musical, and then I went and did the spring musical at the accompanying all-boys school. Oh, did I say I went to an all-girls school? I went to an all-girls school. I don't think that really changes much. So anyway, throughout that time, I definitely worked very hard at doing theater, and I was very fortunate to be able to play some leading roles. So I really kind of progressed my way up from being in some ensemble parts to getting larger parts in shows, and I think that was something that was showing that I had some leadership, because when I was in those roles, I think I talked about how I really tried to mentor the people that were younger than me and just set a good example of what you should be like when you're an older person in a show. But I don't think you need to get leads in shows to show that you're dedicated, though. I think it's just continuing to do it and trying to be a leader for other people. That's really important. I could talk about this forever because I love it. Then another thing that was really important to me in high school was campus ministry. So I believe all 4 years I was involved in campus ministry. So I was on the sacraments team, which is very nondescript because there are 7 sacraments in the Catholic Church, and we didn't do all of them. We just did reconciliation and adoration, which I love both of those things. Guys, big Catholic nerd right here. I love being a Catholic, so. But you do not need to be a Catholic to go to Notre Dame. You just need to be passionate about things. So I was on that committee for 4 years, and then my senior year, I kind of took on a little bit more of a leadership role. I'm not sure it was anything official, but I kind of kept doing it and then was able to mentor people in that. And in addition to that, I was also on the liturgical music team. So I had sung on those teams for a while, and then I was a coordinator my senior year, so I got to sort of choose the music for Mass and arrange everybody, make sure I had an accompanist and appropriate singers and all of that. So that was a lot of fun because church music just makes me feel some type of way, guys. Church music is beautiful and impactful, and I love it. Again, I could speak for hours, not going to do that though. And then sort of outside of school, a little bit more at my church, I was very active in singing at Mass, being a cantor at Mass, so that was something sort of community service-based that I did. I did a lot of volunteering as well because it was a requirement at our school, but I love volunteering with elderly people, so I basically did consistent service with the elderly throughout my 4 years of high school. And then I'd say the last thing that I was really a part of was student recruiters. So it was a committee where you could go and sort of recruit people to come to our school. Since it was a Catholic school, it was a little bit different because people, had to make the conscious choice as opposed to going to the school that would be the public school for the district. So we had to try to, pull people in to come to the school. So we would talk to girls, run events, and kind of tell them why our school was important. It sounds like a lot of activities, but I would say my main ones were choir, theater, and campus ministry. Those were the ones where I really clocked in the hours. So I would say that, especially when you're going to Notre Dame, clearly I'm not an admissions counselor, but I think what they are probably looking for is that everybody says a well-rounded person, but I think that it's a person who's really passionate about things, and you show that. So you start something, maybe you start a couple of different things, you don't love them, but you find something, you find maybe 1 to 4 things, and you really stick with them. You build in those activities, and you grow in those activities, and you get to a leadership position. I think that that's really indicative that you are making a difference and that you can continue to make a difference when you come to Notre Dame. So then I wanted to say quickly awards. I don't know, I'm not really sure that these had any bearing, but I just thought it might be interesting to include. So my junior year, I was nominated for a Tommy Award. There was a controversy, so they're not called Tommy Awards anymore. I don't know what happened to Tommy, but now they're called Jerry Awards. I was nominated for that for being Ariel and the Little Mermaid, but I did not win, but it's okay. It was still an honor to be nominated for that. And then I had a bunch of little theater awards at school. We'd have theater leadership, performance kind of awards. And then the biggest one I would say would be being a National Merit Scholar. So you get that from taking the PSAT your junior year, and if you score in a high enough percentage, then you're able to be eligible for National Merit Scholar. And then I think you write an essay, and yes, it's sort of just a national program. It's just another thing. It's not a necessary thing, but I think it was nice to add to show that I took the PSAT seriously and I wanted to apply for that, and that I was competitive at that academic level. So then I wanted to get into my actual application a little bit. So you guys, I really didn't know much about Notre Dame coming in. I don't think I knew what Notre Dame was until I was a junior in high school, because nobody in my family had gone there, and I just thought, maybe that would be kind of cool. I didn't even know about the football. My dad kept saying, Abby, you should go check it out. I was applying to all Catholic schools because that's really important to me. And I thought, ooh, I don't want to check it out. It's in South Bend, Indiana. Like, what is there to do there? But I did end up checking it out, and I really loved it, and I was like, okay, I think this is my top choice. It just seemed like a great community, and I fell in love there. So then I was like, okay, it's time to apply. So I'd say the main components of your application, I tried to access my Common App, but they said, heck no, you're an old lady, don't get back in here. So you put down your academics, your extracurriculars, like I already talked about, and then I had my personal statement. I have a video about this. I'll definitely link it up here. I think it's actually probably over here, but I really tried to do something unique in my personal statement. Obviously watch the full video if you want to know, but I actually talked about collectible toys in there. Kind of odd, but I really just tried to emphasize what I kind of learned in my most important points. But definitely check out that video if you want to learn more about writing a personal statement, because I love writing. It's a huge thing for me, so I would love to give advice. And if you want me to look at your college essay, comment down below. Maybe I will. Just ask. So I would say I think that was definitely a strength. I've always considered myself to be a strong writer. It's something that I feel really passionate about, and I felt really good about that essay. I love a good essay. So then there are also the Notre Dame essays, which are related specifically to Notre Dame. So I think there's one that's Why Notre Dame, and then they sort of rotate the other ones. My Why Notre Dame, you just want to give specific reasons, I think, why you want to go there. It can't just be like, the people are nice, it's a good school. You probably want to relate it to a specific experience, like I came here, I met this person, and it changed my perspective. Or you want to be like, this is the one reason, and it's very specific, maybe connected to this is something my dad told me, or I heard this from somebody, and how it came true at Notre Dame. You just want to be specific, like in any type of writing. And then, so I think the essays that I chose were one about what is the one thing you'll bring to college with you, and I made that really personal. I talked about these special thank you notes that my mom gave me and how that instilled a sense of gratitude and the need to express it to people. And then my last essay that I did for them was the take a risk essay. So this one is kind of funky dunky, but what I did for my take a risk essay is I said, hey, I want to express to you why I like Notre Dame in the way that I know best, and that would be singing. So I did this. I really thought I was unique. I really thought I did something there, and I realized that everybody and their mother does this kind of thing for their essay. But I took a song and I rewrote the lyrics to be Notre Dame specific for it. So that was, it's somewhere, it's out there on the internet. I think it's unlisted, but let me know if you want to see it. I might share it. I really thought it connected a lot of things in my application, like how I am a choir person and a theater person, and then I talked about how I was applying to Notre Dame as a film, television, and theater major, wait for it, with a pre-med track. I'm sure I talked about that somewhere in my essay, but I don't do that anymore. I've really been through it in the decision process. So if you want a video about how to choose your majors, oh, I have considered it all, people. So please let me know, I'd love to share. So then I applied early action to Notre Dame. So I put in all my application materials before November 1st. And then I heard back, I believe it was about December 15th. And then I made my decision, I don't know, I think January or so probably. And it was incredibly exciting. And I love being a Domer. I love being a part of the Irish, so it's a wonderful time. So I just want to say best of luck to everybody with your college applications, all of you seniors right now. I know it's stressful, but I promise you'll get through it and you will end up where you are meant to be. Please let me know if you have any questions. I love when you guys comment. Thank you so much for commenting. I most likely will have extensive conversations with you if you have lots of questions. So please go ahead and do that. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And I will see you all again next Thursday at 7 p.m. Good luck and bye!